In a little less than an hour, Freeport City Council will convene as normal. But for employees with the city's Public Works Department, one item on Monday night's agenda draws their attention. Reporter Alyssa Kelly shares more from Freeport's Director of Public Works, who says abusive language and harassment towards employees must stop.
The world's changing. People are more boisterous than ever.
More than 50 people make up Freeport's Public Works Department.
We believe that our citizens and our residents have rights to have conversations, but we also need to draw the line at abusive behavior to our staff.
But Public Works Director Darren Stekel says his employees suffer through a lot of disrespectful, abusive, and threatening behavior from community members. And over the past 2 years, it's gotten worse.
We have many staff members that are reporting it, regularly, weekly, if not sometimes a few times a day. I can't explain why it's increased so much.
And leaders say enough is enough. The Public Works Department drafted an ordinance to protect city employees, creating a policy that outlines clear procedures for handling harassment.
We want our staff to know that we have their back.
Under the ordinance, employees can immediately hang up the phone or walk away from a field site if they are harassed, and Freeport Police should step in if necessary.
Staff members are very important to us. We have a great crew of people working in the city, and we want to retain them.
Freeport City Manager Rob Boyer released a statement highlighting the dedication of the Public Works Department. He emphasized working together to cultivate a good environment is critical so employees can carry out essential projects for the city's future.
I want residents to recognize that we're here for you. We're here to do the best job possible. But we also need to be treated with the same dignity and respect that if the fire department or the police department showed up at your front door to help, that you would give them.
Reporting in Freeport, I'm Alyssa Kelly.
Monday's City Council meeting is at 6 in Freeport City Hall. WYFR will update you in our later shows if the city approves the ordinance.